Hey, you said you were going to ask me questions.
And that's where you get to say hello. This is gonna be a shit show.
I'll be a shit show from hell.
All right,
Hello
Mama
there.
Lady.
Welcome to the Bucklesberry Lemonade Podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of the Bucklesberry Lemonade Podcast, where we dive into the mysteries and tragedies that plague our nation. Today, we're tackling a disturbing trend: missing children in America. In February 2024, a staggering 264 kids were reported missing across the United States. But what's truly alarming is that 80 of those cases were from Virginia alone. Let that sink in. 80 children gone in just 1 month. And it doesn't stop there. On the 20th of February, 9 more vanished without a trace. On the 16th, it was 11. And on the 1st, 5 innocent souls disappeared into thin air. But what's causing this epidemic of disappearances? Is it human trafficking? The statistics certainly point in that direction. In Virginia alone, there were a total of 170 reported cases in 2023. And nationwide human trafficking remains a grim reality, with thousands of victims falling prey to this heinous crime every year. As we shine a light on this dark topic, we can't forget the individuals behind the numbers. Christina Lynn Lewis, missing from New Bern, North Carolina since 2000. Donna Michelle Barnhill, missing from Lexington, North Carolina since 1981. Their stories, like so many others, deserve to be heard. Join us as we delve deeper into these cases and uncover the truth behind the missing children of America. Stay tuned for more on the Bucklesberry Lemonade Podcast.
Well, welcome everybody to another episode of Bucklesberry Lemonade. And hello, my beautiful host, Miss Lisa.
Well, hello, my handsome husband, Mr. Tim.
I trust you had a wonderful birthday.
Thank you, I did.
Perfect. It looks like we've got something really heavy to talk about today. This is going to be a heavy podcast.
I think it is. It really is.
So, we started out doing research to post cases about missing people, unsolved cases, in an effort to try and help families bring their loved ones back home. What brought about this episode is during the construction of all this and getting things ready for the podcast. And we'll go over some cases from North Carolina before the podcast is over. But we noticed a pretty alarming trend, wouldn't you think, in Virginia?
95 in this month alone, February, missing.
Have went missing. And when we
Yes.
started the prep work for this podcast, it was only at 80. So 15 more have gone missing. And just to give you a brief rundown, and Lisa went over this in the intro, but you think about for the month of February, okay, in the beginning, it was 264 kids across the United States. So now we're up to around 280. 95 of those have come from Virginia. And we'll put that in some perspective for you. Our state, North Carolina, only 10 missing for the month so far. Let's hope there's no so far. California, one of the largest land masses we have, only 17. Florida, only 14. Georgia, 5. And South Carolina, 7. So how do we get to 95 missing children in one state? What is going on in Virginia?
I don't know. Didn't you say there was one day? how many went missing in one day on February what 20th?
On February 20th, 9 children went missing on one day.
9. And on just one day. I mean, that's a lot, and that has to be more than one person. I know there's more than one person doing all of this, but 9. What
Well,
was there?
it makes you wonder. And then when you do a little more digging, on the 16th, 11 children went missing. And on the
Yeah.
first, 5 went missing.
Mm.
So why is that? And you can see it in the video that we've got with this in Henrico, North Carolina. Henrico, Virginia. That they've got 16 missing children just there.
Mm. Wow.
And when you do some homework on it across Virginia, because Virginia is a tourist state. It's also a seafaring state, meaning they have several ports. I think that probably makes it right for some human trafficking.
I think so too. I think so too, and it's sad. It is so sad, and it makes you just want to reach out and find every single one of these, and whoever's doing this. Hmm, hmm, I don't know. It's just as sad. It's really sad, and I hope I want to find every single one of these children,
Yeah.
every
And
single one of them safe.
every one of them. And listen, I know kids run away. I know law enforcement in Virginia are probably overwhelmed. So nobody's pointing any fingers or saying they're not doing anything they shouldn't be doing. We're just asking why. Why are all these kids going missing? And listen, when you run through these statistics, and we're not trying to glamorize this,
Mm-mm.
but we know that for every child that runs away, there's another one that is home within a day or two. I'm sorry, I was mad with you. We're talking about the children that may have ran away from home because home wasn't ideal for them. We're talking about the children that may have felt unloved or unwanted and have been preyed upon. Something is going on here.
There's too many for it to just be every one of them running away.
Yeah, yeah, I think
Not
so.
every one of them's running away. Not
Yeah,
every one of them. Mm-mm. No, when you look at the statistics and when you look at, I mean, they're from all different backgrounds. I mean, not every one of these children are unloved and unwanted, and I mean, and being mistreated. I mean, it's something. It's something. It's something else. It is something else. And I pray to God that somebody finds these children and they're safe. They can get back to their parents and they can heal. And because this is just this month and this year, that's what I'm talking about.
yeah. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you and I have always tried to do a lot of unsolved cases, and folks, for the people that know us, they know that we've got a servant's heart. We're wanting to help in some way. We're not trying to glamorize this. I mean, yeah, if you go to our website page, www.bucklesberrylemonade.com, you're going to see videos on crime. You're going to see videos on paranormal stuff. You're going to see videos on Bigfoot, paranormal, things like that. When we do that, that's something that's an interest to us, mainly me. But when we do these videos,
Bigfoot's mainly you. I love crime stuff.
but when we do things about missing children or missing people or unsolved crimes, it's because we're trying to help. And that's what this episode is about today. And let's hope, because we're going to go through some of these children here in a little bit. But before we do that, Lisa, I wanted to read some statistics to you from the Polaris Project. And guys, that's polarisproject.org. And it's talking about, and this is from 2021. So it's got a little bit of age on it. but you can still visit their website. We're not affiliated with them in any manner. We're not affiliated with missingkids.org or any other of the websites that we've put up here on the scroll through on any level. But just to go through, according to the Polaris Project, there are 5 types of trafficking. Escort services, 10% of children or people kidnapped end up in the escort service. Pornography, 8%. Illicit massage, 6%. Residential based commercial, the word starts with a S. It's got a X in there. 5%. Servitude, personal servitude is 2%. Now here's something I find alarming too, Lisa, if you remember going over these. Family member caregivers, 33% are recruited from a family member or caregiver.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I remember that.
That's
Mm,
horrible.
that is very horrible.
An intimate partner is 28%. But check this out. An employer, 22%. 22%. And of course, guys, this is from the Polaris Project from 2021. It is relating to the different types of human trafficking, how they're recruited, the recruiter types. Here are the recruitment locations. Number 1, dating website, 13%. The street, 11%. Internet, 10%. So even though
Parents, please, 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 you cannot say this enough. Watch what your children do on the internet.
absolutely, and you know, the thing too is we all worry, especially at the age group that we are. We think about children being grabbed off the street far more than we think about them being preyed upon online.
Yes.
But the reality of it is right here in your face that the street is 11%, whereas the internet, as far as dating websites and other social media platforms, right now that's at 23%, or it was in 2021.
So please, please, whatever you do, watch everything they do until they are old enough to make their own decision. Let them know the dangers because that they're coming into your house. They're coming into your house and you don't even know it.
You don't even know it. And here are the top 5 risk factors, or the section of the population that are most vulnerable. Recent migration or relocation. Okay. Recent migration or relocation. So just like the one that we did the other day on Lisa Eubanks, she just switched schools the day before and went missing and has never been found since. So it's just not migrant workers that are being taken. I mean, you start at a new school or you've moved to a new location, your child could be at risk. 54%. Mental or physical health concerns, 10%.
Mm.
Substance use concerns, 9%. Okay. Unstable housing, 8%. Runaway or homeless youth, 7%. Okay. And guys, we talk about this. You all know about the universal hand sign that is being used now to say, hey, I'm in danger. You can certainly Google that. It's all over the internet. If you see that, report it. You don't ever know. You might save somebody's life.
And it might be somebody playing, but you really and truly might could save somebody's life.
Yeah. But I just wanted to share those statistics with you. I mean, that's pretty that's heavy, you know. But
That
guys,
is very, very heavy.
on the screen, it'll pop up several times during the scroll through. There'll be the Human Trafficking Hotline, the Polaris Project website, missingkids.org website, along with their 18 or their 1910 number. Um,
Is there any way we could put the missing and exploited children website up there?
yeah, it's up here. I've got it already.
Oh, it's up there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Most definitely is.
Because I would like them to, even though we're not going to get a chance to read all these, I'm going to read the ones from February 1st on, and you're going to do the ones from,
Yeah,
and I know we'll not get them all, but I would like them to be able to go there and see,
sure.
just see all of them.
And one thing I wanted to talk about too, Virginia has always been known for. I mean, it's a beautiful place. It's got Virginia Beach, which is the largest city in Virginia now. They always have concerts and tourist attractions. You've got the boardwalk there that you can go to in Virginia. You've got all kinds of attractions there. Um, Shoot, they even have like a little cruise boat that you can go on. So there's all kinds of things to do, but with that comes all kinds of what could be trouble, right? And
Yeah.
so it what I'm getting at is across Virginia for this month, we were able to locate at least 9 different concerts that took place. But I have no way of correlating any of that because we don't know where these children have been reported missing from. We just don't have a lot of
The
information.
statistics or information, and it's hard for I guess everybody, the police or whoever, to update because it's happening so fast.
Yeah, and like I said, nobody's trying to point any fingers at anybody. I think they're working as hard as they can. I mean, that's 95 cases of children missing right there. That's not including the grown-ups that have gone missing. That's not including crime, other crime. Um, so nobody's pointing any fingers. All we're wanting to do is ask why.
Yes,
Why have
just
we got 95 children missing? If you want, go ahead, let's go over some of them, and we'll just read through a few of these before we take on.
okay. Lee Webb, missing since February 1st, 2024. She's missing from Prince George, Virginia. Her age now is 17. Gasper Carnival, and I don't want to butcher the name, Marquin, missing since February 1st, 2024. He's missing from Fairfax, Virginia. He's 17. I'm going to do the ones from February 1st, and then you can do some. I don't want to butcher her name. Casey Guzman. I'm not even going to say her last name. I'm sorry. I will butcher it so bad. Missing since February 1st, 2024. And she's missing from Chesterfield, Virginia. She's 15. Darlin Hernandez Fuentes. He's missing since February 1st, 2024. And he's missing from Manassas, Virginia. And he's 17. And Justin Ariellano, he's missing since February 1st, 2024. And he's missing from Frederick County, Virginia, and he's age 12. Those are the 5 from February 1st.
Isn't that something?
That is something.
Mm-mm.
Now,
Let me pull this up for you real quick, and I'll go over some of them.
you want me to do some more?
I got you 2 right here. These
Okay.
are both of these are in Henrico, Virginia. Um, Karina Locke went missing February 16th, 2024, age 13, missing from Henrico, Virginia. Pedro Slater, age 14, missing from Henrico, Virginia, February 17th, 2024. Um, let's see, you went over I'll tell you what, I'll go over the 16th. You want me to do that?
Well, you can if you want. I figured you would start I would start in the back since these are the ones that happened on the first, they've and you
Yeah.
could start at the ones that happened a couple of days ago or whatever's at the beginning,
Oh, you mean like the most recent? Okay,
the
I got you.
most recent,
Yeah, I can do that.
if that's okay,
Hmm.
Mr. Eubanks.
Well, Mrs. Eubanks, that is quite all right with
Well,
me.
well, I do appreciate that. Thank you so very much.
And we've got Joanna Banks missing February 20th, 2024 from Norfolk, Virginia. She's 16 years old now. Same day missing from Manassas, Virginia, age 13. Zamyaya Gleason missing February 20th, 2024. The same day in Chesapeake, Virginia, February 20th, 2024. Kiana Hill, missing from Chesapeake, Virginia. She's 14 years old. Micaiah Wiggins, again, February 20th, 2024. Portsmouth, Virginia. She's 13 years old. There's so many of them. It's just crazy.
There he is.
It's so crazy.
It, it is very. And I've got Zira Lind. She's been missing since February 2nd, 2024, and she's been missing from Norfolk, Virginia, and she is 15 years old. Michaela Duval Heiston, she's been missing since February 3rd, 2024, and she's missing from Norfolk, Virginia also, and she's 17.
Well,
Missing since February 3rd is Morgan Carton. Carton, that's right. I don't want to butcher anybody's name, and if I do, I'm so sorry. Missing from Virginia Beach, Virginia. She's 17.
well, I've got a few more here for you too. Um,
Okay.
you look through these pictures, and there seems to always be one that just resonates with you. Something about that child, you know.
Mhm.
Isaiah Custis. I hope I pronounced his name right. For some reason, just looking at his picture, um, he just looks like full of life, full of energy, and now he's missing. Missing February 16th, 2024, Chesapeake, Virginia. He's 14 years old. Cassie Palmer, missing February 16th, 2024, from Franklin, Virginia. She's 14 years old. Jamal Malso, missing February 16th, 2024, Portsmouth, Virginia. He's 15 years old. Akira Outlaw, missing February 16th, 2024, Roanoke County, Virginia. She's 17 years old. Desmond Cook, missing February 16th, 2024. He's missing from Fairfax County, Virginia. He's 15 years old.
Wow. They're
Um,
all so young.
they're very young. Janiyah Grifton, missing February 16th, 2024. She's from Hampton, Virginia. She's only 16. Georgia Gates, February 17th, missing from Portsmouth, Virginia, 16 years old.
Mm,
And you think about that. Jamal Mulso went missing February 16th from Portsmouth. Georgia Gates went missing February 17th from Portsmouth.
wow.
And
And I've
that's
got go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, you go ahead.
No, I want you to go first.
No, I was just going to say that's just a lot to take in. I mean, it really is.
It is, and you read these names, see these faces, and it's like, somebody's missing you.
We'll give you an example just in Portsmouth. Okay. Jamal Mulso, like we said, he went missing on the 16th from Portsmouth. Georgia Gates went missing February 17th. Okay. She's
Mhm.
actually in here twice. She was listed as missing on February 23rd. Um,
Oh,
So I don't know if that's a double report or what that is. Micaiah Wiggins, February 20th, Portsmouth, she's 13. Nadia Porter, February 23rd, Portsmouth, Virginia. So right there, you've got one, two, three, four. That's four kids that went missing within 2 days in Portsmouth.
Wow. And I've got Ariel Norman. She's been missing since February 4th, 2024 from Virginia Beach, Virginia. She's 14. And I got Brianna Oritz. I hope that's right. Missing since
Ortiz.
February Ortiz, I'm sorry. Missing since February 4th, 2024 from Chesterfield County, Virginia. She's 13. Jayana Lewis has been missing since February 4th, 2024 from Northrick, Virginia. She's 14. Then we got Kanaya Privet Wood missing since February 5th from Northrick, Virginia. That's two from Northrick, Virginia. And she's 16. And Diaz, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to butcher anybody's name, Davis, missing since February 5th, 2024 from Suffolk, Virginia, age 17.
Wow. She's actually been reported twice. You
Twice.
see her name
Yeah,
spelled.
I see that. Yeah, I see
That's
that.
wow. That is
And then Selena Bravo Diaz, missing since February 6th, 2024 from Culpeper, Virginia, and she's 16.
something. I want to read something to you really quick. I'm just pulling it up right here. Because my scroll through, I talked about Henrico, North Carolina. I brought it up at the beginning. Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Last year till today, so from 2023 till today, 2024, they have had a total of 14 children go missing just in Henrico.
Wow.
Emily Story, she went missing January 23rd, 2023. She's 15 years old from Henrico. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Yep.
these these two little girls went missing on the same day, August 12th, 2023. Cynthia Mendez Vasquez, Dylan Villa Morello, both of them 15 years old, both of them missing from Henrico, Virginia, went missing August 12th, 2023.
Wow.
Another little girl went missing August the 12th. Brenda Martinez Romero, missing August 12th, 2023, Henrico, Virginia. It- what is going on? Something, something is going on here. I mean, and then this year, 2024, Karina Locke goes missing on the 16th, and Pedro Slater Jr. goes missing on the 17th.
I know. It's crazy.
It really is. I mean, I just had no idea. No idea.
I didn't either until you showed it to me, and then we really got to looking, and it was like, "Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh."
I mean, it's staggering.
It's mind-blowing. It's what is happening to these children.
Something, something is definitely happening. Let me look up one more thing right here. Virginia.
Because if you think about it, I mean, all these children is it's not that can't many can't be just a coincidence.
Well, look at this. So when you dig a little deeper, so I looked up Virginia Beach. Okay, 6 for the entire month, and in Virginia Beach, according to different websites, is the largest city in Virginia now. Okay,
Oh, really?
they've only got 6 missing. Where you've got some places that have as many as 10 and 12 and 14, and what's
I
going on
know.
in those populations? It's like here, Ariel Norman, February 4th, 2024. She went missing from Virginia Beach, Virginia. She's 14 years old. Morgan Cortland, missing since February the 3rd, Virginia Beach, now 17 years old. Devon Williams, missing January 28th, 2024, Virginia Beach, Virginia. He's 15. Uh, Demarius Sanders, missing January 28th, 2024, Virginia Beach, age 16. So they went missing on the same day. So where are they at? I mean, it's Linwood Rivera Jr., January 26, 2024, Virginia Beach is where he's missing from. He's 15. Um, Lenicia Jones, missing January 24th, Virginia Beach. She's 16 years old.
Mm-mm-mm.
And and honestly, guys, I would love to say that I've clicked a few buttons and I can tell you a lot of these children have been returned home safe and sound, but we don't know that.
We can't find any information, nothing at all saying they've been returned
Mm,
or they've been found or they've run away and they know where they're at. Nobody knows anything yet.
yeah, and it's
It's a wait and see.
so wait and see. And you know, we talked about the human trafficking. You know, when we were growing up, we didn't hear about the human trafficking. We know it
We
happened.
didn't hear any. Well, we didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, it happened in big cities, not in the
We
rural
I remember
cornfield.
I could run around my neighborhood. I didn't worry about that. I mean,
No, we didn't.
none
But
of us.
but you know, as we've gotten older, we hear tell, of course, because of social media and the internet, we hear about these things more. And I know these things went on. I mean, there's several cases that happened when we were teenagers. That like Johnny Gosh, which is another episode for us. But he was in a whole ring, supposedly reported by a child who grew up into an adult who helped kidnap him. And this was in a human trafficking ring back in the 80s. So you don't know how far reaching some of these things are. Just because we didn't know about it back then doesn't mean it didn't happen, because we know it happened. I mean, there's good possibility that John Wayne Casey and the Candyman, Dan Carell, may have actually knew each other through a human trafficking ring for children. Okay.
Maybe.
So we know that things like this existed, but I guess the point of the podcast is we need to bring awareness to this, and we're asking you to hear a voice, but we need you to also act on it.
Yes, if you see something, say something.
Yeah, I mean it's not asking for much, but there's definitely an
I mean,
issue
look
going
at
on.
the pictures, and if you see a child that you recognize from the picture, call the local authorities, call somebody.
www.missingkids.org. You can go onto this site. Charlie Project is another site. Do some research, guys. I mean, you never know who you've walked by.
You never do.
You know, um,
And if you think you've got sometimes um, unruly kids are just trying to get away because they're not their kids.
yeah,
I'm not saying that as, but I don't want, not every unruly, don't even, I shouldn't have said that like that
no,
because,
no, no. I know what you meant. I mean, it's like just because a kid's acting up, it may have a reason for acting up. Might not
yeah,
be their child. No, no.
yeah, they might be trying to get away. Um, and learn that that it's the hand sign. I've seen it on YouTube a couple of times. I need to know it good too. So
Yeah, and just like that Morgan Cartland that we talked about just a while ago, missing from Virginia. Um, Nobody knows what she was wearing the day she went missing, but she requires medical attention, um, and that's probably due to a medicine that she needs to take. and she's not getting it. She doesn't have it. And this child has been missing since third,
Mm-mm-mm.
So I'm just going through some of this while we were here, maybe hoping for an update of some type, but there's no update.
Yeah,
So
I haven't seen anything.
yeah, but guys, we were just trying to do a quick overview of some of this, mainly to bring attention to it. We've brought it to you, So take a next step, take a look around, go to missingkids.org, go to charlieproject.org and take a look around.
Yes, please.
So
Please. You never know who you walk by.
you never do. All right, guys. Well, we are getting ready to take a tiny little break, and we'll be right back after these messages, and we will go into the stories from North Carolina, starting with Christine Lewis.
And welcome back. We hope we weren't gone too long and hope you didn't miss us too much. Did you miss me, honey bunny?
I did, most definitely. I did.
Well, thank you very much. And now we are going to talk about Miss Christina Lynn Lewis.
Yep, missing from North Carolina.
Newbern, North Carolina, right down the road from where we stay.
Yeah.
She has been missing since 6/20 of 2000.
Wow.
She is her classification is endangered missing. And her birth date was 7/9/1983. At the age of her disappearance, she was 16 years old. She was 5'3", 110 pounds. And her distinguishing characteristics were Caucasian female, blonde hair, brown eyes. Her nickname is Tina, and she has her tongue and navel pierced. And the details of her I'm sorry, go ahead, baby.
Go ahead.
The details of her disappearance are she disappeared from Newbern, North Carolina, and the last confirmed contact she had with her family was on June 6th of 2000. But she is believed to have disappeared sometime later than that. Her official date of disappearance is listed as June 20th. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Go ahead. But foul play is possible in Christina's disappearance. A few details are available in her case.
Why do you reckon so much time went by before they reported her missing? You think that's just something because there's really not a lot of information about this at all.
None at all, hardly. And I think there's a lot more going on. I think so, but nobody wants to say.
I mean, from the 6th to 20th, that's a long time.
That's a long time to be missing and not be reported.
Mm-mm-mm.
Are you going to put her age progression photos up there?
Yeah, I sure am. I've got them loading up on the screen now.
Okay.
But there's nothing, I've done a lot of research on this case. And you cannot find anything.
Nothing.
Nothing. And I don't know anything. There's nothing been said about her family. Nothing. It's just been kind of tight-lipped.
I know. I'm just wondering why that is.
I don't know. And the thing that you hate to speculate, and you don't want to point fingers because they might have had a valid reason for, was she prone to do things like this? I mean, it's just all of a sudden she's gone.
But why not want to find her and not make sure she's okay?
Yeah, I have no idea.
And endangered missing. What is that? I mean, she endangered missing.
Yeah, that kind of tells me it's like, do you know something you're not telling? Does she need medication like the other child we just talked about? I mean, she would be 20. What? 20? Well, no,
She would be 40.
she would be. Yeah,
She'd be 40.
she'd be 40 years old.
Mm-hmm. Because her
Yeah,
birth date is, she's a year older than my daughter.
she sure is. And guys, if you know anything about this case, please reach out to the Craven County Sheriff's Office in North Carolina. And that phone number is 252-636-6620. And that is in regards to Christina Lynn Lewis, missing from New Bern, North Carolina. She went missing around June 6th, 2000, was reported on the 20th of June as missing. She was age 17 then. And really, one of the reasons we wanted to put her story, Christina's story, on our podcast today is because nobody knows anything. We don't know anything about her.
Nobody.
Nothing. So,
And it's like she's just floating out there. And it would be nice to, if it were me, I would want somebody to find me.
at least give her parents some closure.
Yeah, I'm sure they're worried to death.
I would think so. So, while I'm gonna give over the Craven County Sheriff's Department phone number one more time if you want to pull up the next case, the Donna Barnhill case.
I've already got it, Donna Michelle Barnhill.
All
Go ahead
right.
and give that then.
Well, guys, once again, for Christina Lynn Lewis, missing from New Bern, North Carolina. Her date she was reported missing was June 20th, 2000. She was 17 at the time. She's obviously pushing 40 now. Blonde hair, brown eyes, 5'3", 110 pounds at the time. She's her nickname's Tina. That's Teena. At that point in time, pierced tongue and navel. But the Craven County Sheriff's Department in North Carolina, their phone number is 252-636-6620. Or you can contact the Center for Missing Persons at 910-343-1131. The 24-hour tip line at the Center for Missing Persons. The 24-hour tip line is 910-232-1687. And everything that you report will be confidential. But if you know anything, please share this, and hopefully we can bring some closure to this family. So the next one we're going to go into is Donna Michelle Barnhill.
And she has been missing since 3/18 of 1981 from Lexington, North Carolina. Her classification is also endangered missing.
Wow.
She's Native American. And her date of birth is 4/19/1967. She's 56.
Yeah.
Age, I guess. She was 13 years old when she went missing.
Yeah, she would be 56 years old now. She'd be all right.
5'7", 125 pounds. Clothing and jewelry description: a dark blue jacket and an orange sweatshirt and jeans. Distinguishing characteristics: biracial, Caucasian, Native American, female, brown hair, brown eyes, and she has a mole or birthmark on her right arm. And the details of her disappearance: Donna left her family's residence in Lexington, North Carolina on March 18th, 1981 at around 8:30 p.m. She was planning to walk to a friend's home nearby. She was last seen walking on Hempstead Street. She contacted her friend shortly thereafter, but she never arrived at the house and has not been heard from again. Her older sister, Anita Barnhill, died in February 1966 at the age of 2. Her family said that she had fallen out of a high chair and hit her head, and her death was ruled an accident.
However, in 1999, while investigating Donna's case, her sister Anita, who died in 1966 from the what they said was a fall from a high chair. That was changed from accident to homicide, death by child abuse in 1999.
Mm-hmm. Donna's disappearance became suspicious about Anita's death and urged police to reopen the investigation. No one has been charged in connection with the child's murder. However, the status to Anita's death does not change Donna's missing persons case.
Yeah.
They did not search her former residence with ground penetrating. They did search her former residence with ground penetrating radar in 2009, but nothing was found there. Both of Donna's parents are dead, but three of her siblings still live in the local area. Foul play is possible in her case, and it remains unsolved. The Lexington Police Department number is 336-249-8947 if you have any information.
And we want to point out too that when that was changed, her sister Anita, when it was changed from um, an accidental death to homicide by child abuse, it does read her caregivers. Okay, so there's some conflicting reports there. There was a couple that almost made it look like she was being babysat, and then there were a couple of them saying no, caregiver meaning the parents were the only ones in the home.
Oh, okay, so it's kind of confusing.
A little bit, but either way, um, something happened here, and
Very
somebody
much
knows
so.
something.
We're putting the age progression in there too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And it's you, you hate to over speculate, but you've got one child that has died in the home, um, another one that has went missing. It, it's time for somebody to take a long, deep, hard look at this family and say, what the hell is going on here?
You ain't kidding. Because if you got one that they know somebody killed, what's one more?
Yeah. And she made it. I say it like she's not here. I hope she is still here. I hope she just
I
ran
hope
away to
I hope
escape.
she ran away and she's living somewhere happy.
Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, that's just horrible.
That
And
is
see,
very horrible.
but the ruling was changed, okay, for her sister, okay, but nobody got charged. It said lack of evidence. So
Well, if the
lack.
rules change, somebody's got to be mm, held responsible for it, don't they?
Well, I guess the coroner just ruled it. They changed their findings and ruled it um death by abuse. Um, but my thing of it is, you you've just had a child that died in 1966. In 1981, you had another child go missing, and in 1999, somebody's pointing a finger at you saying, "Hey, we think you abused this child to the point of their demise." Is that lack of evidence, or did law enforcement? And I'm pointing a finger now. Did law enforcement just say the hell with it? Because I'll be honest with you. You go back up and read through this. What's one thing that you caught that stared out at you?
Hold on, let me
This
see.
child's half Native American,
Yeah,
and typically they do not get the justice that they deserve
yeah,
because they're Native American, and that's why some of the stories we've done or on the Native American, like Ronald Locklear,
yeah.
Graham. I mean,
Of course,
they've got to have a voice. I don't know that that's the situation here in this case. I don't know that, but it does make you think.
everybody deserves a voice.
Yeah. and then some. But you, I mean, it, what happened here? Something happened,
I
and
have I don't
nothing,
know.
nothing there. And then after that, there's no more on her. There's nothing. Um, Nothing.
Mm-mm.
So
Nothing at
it's
all.
it's a crazy situation. But again, if anybody knows anything, um, please uh, post or report that. Call the local authorities and tell somebody. Um,
Yes, please.
I mean, that's just. I mean, to be sure, I wonder how the other family members. Um,
I wonder how they feel.
mhm,
They're not speaking out. I would want to know.
yeah, yeah.
I would want
I
to
would
know.
want to. But she's been gone a long, long time.
She has.
Yeah.
I think it's time for her to come home.
Yeah.
At least, at least say I'm. I want her to say I'm happy. I don't want to go home.
Yeah.
That would be the ideal ending.
Yeah. Hmm. Crazy.
Yep.
Well, guys, once again, you want to give that phone number one more time?
Oh, yes. Hang on one quick second, please. Can you hold on one quick second? And I will surely give it to you once more.
I
Uh,
got it. Me get
I
it.
got it. Nope, I got it here right. It is 336-249-8974. If you know anything, even if it's the slightest little thing, please call them.
Yeah.
Please.
And then we will go into the Jennifer Nicole Patterson story. Um, I find this one's very sad.
It is sad.
You want to read it?
That'll be fine. I surely will. She has been missing since 6/23/1991 from Spring Lake, North Carolina. Her classification is also endangered missing. Her date of birth is 1/13/1984, which makes her 40 years old. She is 7 years old. She was 7 years old when she went missing. Her height and weight, she was 4'5", 59 pounds. Her clothing and jewelry description, she had on a one-piece bathing suit with orange, yellow, pink, and turquoise squares and squiggly shapes. She was a Caucasian female, sandy brown hair, brown eyes. She has scars on her right temple and between her eyes. She has a freckle on the tip of her nose. Her nickname is Jenny. And she was reportedly last seen leaving her family's residence at Holly Hills Mobile Home Park in the 1400 block of North Fort Bragg Boulevard in Spring Lake, North Carolina, on June 23rd, 1991. Jennifer had planned to walk to a neighbor's home at approximately 1:15 p.m. She never arrived at her destination and has never been heard from again. She was reported missing at 6 p.m. Extensive searches of the area did not produce any evidence as to her whereabouts. At the time of her disappearance, Jennifer's parents were divorced but were still living together. Her father, Alan Patterson, failed a polygraph exam following his daughter's 1991 disappearance. He was viewed as a possible suspect by law enforcement at the time, and police said there was no evidence that Jennifer ever left her home that day. Allen was involved in a custody dispute over Jennifer at the time of her disappearance, and he was scheduled to take a paternity test. And when he was interviewed by the police, he had initially said Jennifer had disappeared as a result of the custody dispute and was alive and being cared for. He later maintained that he was speaking hypothetically and did not intend for his statements to be taken as fact. He's strange.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
He is very strange. Very strange.
Well, here's so the mom moved out of state. She moved out of North Carolina and has relocated to another state. The father supposedly is still here in North Carolina. Um, Although there are some reports that he did move out of state, but there's some that say he is back in North Carolina. So I'm not sure. Um, there's a few things that are glaring there. Okay, one thing.
It's
Uh,
the I think it's the father did something.
I mean, you're living in the house with your ex. That's pressure right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're looking at a child every day that you're not thinking is yours. Okay, and you got a custody case coming up and a DNA test. So is this what he did?
And
Do you
he failed the
know
polygraph test.
he failed the polygraph test?
I know that's not
Yeah,
enough.
I mean they're faulty. They're not even admissible, but it don't
That
look good. He failed one. He's offered to take another one, but damn. Why would you say she's okay, but you don't want the mom raising her? Because that was one of the comments. He asked law enforcement for immunity. Uh, he said where if he was to say where she was at, would he get immunity? Why do you say why do you make statements like that?
especially if you haven't done anything.
Hmm. Yep, yep.
He-
The
mm,
mom supposedly moved to Kentucky. As
Why did she move?
I don't know. The trailer park that they were living in was an old trailer park, run down, and it's been since tore down. Um,
Well, who was home with the child that day?
I don't know. I don't know. Um, they they think he's somewhere in Sampson County now, but um, in doing the research for this on the web sleuth site, which is a fantastic site, um, the law enforcement detective that was handling the case retired and became a private detective. And he sincerely believes, according to interviews that he's given, that Jennifer is deceased and is buried somewhere, and he um, suspects the father.
I well, just from this, I suspect the father too.
Yeah, I mean it's just
Oh, but
weird.
the mother's not acting. I mean, if it were me, I'd be all over. I'd be. The man would know I've been there.
Yeah, yeah.
The man would be forced to speak.
I mean, is there any DNA? Is there anything that we can match up? I mean, because I'll be honest with you, okay, just
Because if it were my child,
yeah,
the man would not be walking.
exactly. And based on comments that he's made out in, can I get immunity? She's alive and well. He ain't. And listen, I've never been in this situation. Maybe
I'm not either.
maybe he just wasn't thinking clearly. I'm not sure, but he definitely was not thinking very clearly. So, is that a result of being in grief and shock over your child missing, or
I
is
don't
that
know, but my thing is, I'm looking for where is the mother? Why hasn't she
why
been
hadn't she
all
done?
over this?
Yeah, because
Most mothers would be
yeah,
wanting their baby. I mean, what is her deal?
yeah. Let's and you just don't know. You don't know. I mean, she might be completely distraught about it. I mean, I don't know.
I
Um,
know.
but guys, if any of y'all have any information regarding Jennifer Patterson, who we're talking about now, who went missing from Spring Lake, North Carolina, on June 23rd, 1991, she was 7 years old at the time of her going missing. The Spring Lake Police Department, their phone number is 910-436-0350. And again, the Center for Missing Persons, the 24-hour hotline, the 24-hour tip line, and it is confidential. It is 910-232-1687. So please, guys, if you know anything, please
Please
report it.
call.
Yeah.
Please, 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 on any of these cases, anything we have talked about today, or anything we have not talked about. If you know something, say something.
Yeah.
Bring somebody home.
Yep. They need to, something needs to happen. I mean,
It's sad. It
he
is
did
so
make a
sad.
comment. He did make a comment. Looks like this might have been made 15, 20. Yeah, it's been made right a while ago. He did say, I wouldn't wish this on anybody. It's something that never ends. It's a mystery that I wish could be solved.
Who said that?
Her dad has said that.
Well, he can solve it.
Wonders. Makes you wonder.
He can solve it.
And you know, both parents seems like here lately. This is from another article on Web Sleuth, but seems like both parents, whenever they're uh, someone reaches out to them to comment, they both deny comments.
I
Um,
know. See, I'd be everywhere trying to find my child.
yeah,
That makes you wonder. Well, I know you would. I sure would.
yeah, it's horrible.
Mhm.
Well, you know, you hate to stop and think that this man do this to his child. I mean, we don't
I
have
would
any.
yeah, I
I mean,
know.
it's like I said earlier. You're having trouble with your wife. She's pretty much your ex-wife. Your relationship's over with her. You're living in the house. That's got to be like a pressure cooker, like we
Well,
were
why
talking.
didn't he move out then?
Maybe he couldn't. I don't know. I mean, you've met people like that before.
Yeah, I know that, and if he couldn't, then if he thought the child wasn't his, he should have just I mean, he didn't have to kill the child.
No, he didn't. But
I
I
mean,
mean, there's always a better way. But for some reason, these people get on their mind. There's only one way to do it. I mean, he's suspecting this child may not even be his. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it sure looks like it. I mean, he didn't do himself any favors.
he sure didn't. And one day it's gonna catch up to him, if not in this life, the next.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know. Just it's just crazy. It's one of those things to where, uh, at its very core, this is very disturbing because we've talked about all these missing children, and you got to be safe in your own home.
You do. And you do. That's what I say. Parents, please, please watch what your children do because you never know who you're letting into your house.
Yeah, you really
Please.
don't. And I don't know um, that this child was safe in her home. I don't know that she was. I'm pretty proof positive that Donna Barnhill was not safe in her own
I'm
home.
sure she weren't either.
And I've got questions as to why Christina Lynn Lewis was reported so many days later and why she's listed as an endangered child.
Well, all three of these are listed as endangered.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, guys, I think this has brought us about to the end. Is there anything else you want to say before we?
just be vigilant and just be watch your children. Watch your children. Watch what they do on the internet. It's dangerous outside, but it can be dangerous on the inside too. They can be safe in their home and still let somebody in. Just watch what they do.
Yeah, exactly. And guys, listen, in this day and time, I know a lot of emphasis is put on, well, I know I'm their parent, but I want to be their friend. you can't be their friend on everything.
I know.
Okay, you just can't be. So it's okay to demand their cell phone. It's okay to look at their
Just look
laptop.
at it. My daughter does it with my granddaughter, and she'll go up there randomly, "Give me let me see what you're doing. Let me see what you're doing," and she has to give it to her.
Yeah, yeah. It's it's not a violation because see, a child thinks they know. We were there. You were a child once too. Whoever this is listening to this right now, you were a teenager one day, someday, a long time ago, like for us.
It was a long, long time ago for
I
us.
mean, we thought we knew everything. A child today is no different. They think they know everything, but your job as a parent is to not always make them um, happy. They're not going to always like you. Protect your children.
If you protect them and they don't like you, at least they're here to not like you.
That's right. That's right. Well, guys, until next time, give us a like, a share, subscribe.
And come back to Bucklesberry Lemonade.
.com. Thank you, guys. Take care, everybody.